We know the president's chief economic advisor, Gary Cohn, is out, but who's in? The news rattling the markets a teeny bit. I'll tell you, everybody got over this one really fast, though. But, well, maybe not the donors, because some of them apparently are a little worried. GOP fundraiser Noel Nipor is here, and, well, Art Laffer, he was Reagan's top money man. Is he worried at all? I'm going to ask you, but Art, I'm starting with you. Gary Cohn, and by the way, you know, he was one of my first bosses when I was at Goldman Sachs many years ago in the fixed income division back when he ran it. And he just never struck me as kind of a Trump guy. I was a little surprised, Art, that he took the job in the first place. And like you, he did not like the idea of tariffs. Sounds like that's what actually caused him to leave. Are you concerned?
No, I really am not. I mean, I liked Gary Cohn very much. I spent a lot of time with him, but he has made it clear for a very long time that he was going to leave at the beginning of this year. And I don't think he would leave just because he disagreed with the president. I mean, your whole purpose there is to be an advisor to the president, not to have the president make you say stuff you don't want to say, but have you give independent advice to make the president's decisions better. But at some point,
if the president makes a decision, don't you need to be on board with that decision? I mean, you can give all the advice you want in the background, right? Saying, I don't like this idea. No, you don't think so?
No, I don't. I was there with George Shultz in 1971 with Richard Nixon, who was a very strange character compared to Donald Trump. We had wage and price controls, devaluation of the dollar, import surcharges, all that. George Shultz disagreed with almost all of that, but we always stayed loyal as advisors as long as he listened carefully. And George was the best person I've ever seen this, and I don't remember him ever even threatening to resign if Nixon didn't keep up with him.
So this was kind of a lame move on Gary Cohn's part, in your view?
No, I think he had planned doing this all the time, and this is just his time came. That's what I heard. And I talked to one senator who had spent a lot of time with Gary, very close with Gary. He said he told him 10 days ago that he was going to leave in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So that's not surprising to me at all. And hi, Noel. How are you, by the way?
I'm good. It's good to see you again.
Noel, but I wonder how now GOP, she fundraises for the GOP. How are the big ticket players reacting to this? Because I think a lot of them, they kind of liked Gary Cohn.
They did like Gary Cohn. I think that that was their link to the administration, that they felt, you know, had economic good common sense. But with that said, there are two things going on that I think are very interesting. I have talked to about 12 of my donors, and they're divided. This has really been strange because there are 6 of them that think that, you know, they think the tariffs, that the market is going to spin out of control. This is absolutely one of the worst things that they have seen. And the retaliation from countries because of these tariffs are going to be horrible, the ramifications that we're going to face for this. But then you have the other side that's basically, this puts steel workers, you know, creates jobs. This is fabulous because it makes Trump make good on one of his promises, which he says, make America great by making the steel industry great. And over again, how many times did he say China? You know, and
I think that this could actually help a lot of Republicans come midterms. In fact, they may not yet realize that. But Art, is our friend Larry Kudlow going to take the job?
I hope so. Boy, do I hope so. Isn't he the best ever? I know how much you like him, Trish, and he's one of my best friends ever, and I've known him for 30 years, and he would be just perfect. And by the way, Trish, in his case, well, but you don't have to like tariffs to take a job with Donald Trump. I mean, you know, there are all sorts. You're there to provide a better country, to give advice to a person, and you can't just be a yes man. And Larry Kudlow is for sure not a yes man. He will give you the straight, but he's also a very loyal person and would never undercut the president. He knows very well what his role would be, and I think Larry would be terrific. Don't you?
And you know,
well, look, I used to host a show with Larry. I have such respect for Larry. I think he is a brilliant economist and a kind, good person, and the president would be lucky to get him. But they're also talking about Peter Navarro and Kevin Warsh. Those are some of the other names.
Yeah, I think Larry Kudlow, if you look at the group that actually Art Laffer's a part of, Art Laffer, Steve Forbes, Steve Moore, and Larry Kudlow were all very instrumental in helping with the tax cuts, with tax reform. And they really worked hard and, you know, got that. So don't you think this would make such a common sense move for the next hit?
Well, let's see. Would he take it?
I think so.
Yeah, to you, Art. Would he take it?
I think Larry would take it in a heartbeat. Anything he could do to make the country better, I think Larry would do.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, indeed. Well, we will be watching, and our best to him. Thank you so much. It's good to see you both.
It's so much fun being on with the two of you together. Golly gee, I get a double surprise today. Thank you for getting Noel, Trish.
Yes. Thank you, Noel, for being here, and thank you, Art, always.
Thank you.